Lucian struggles to rise, but the weight of his own pain leaves him to gravity's mercy.
I think that's the fight.
My time is done.
Why is this? Why is it now Lohse?
Your source burns so bright I'm all but blinded by it. Be wise and true, Godwoken. I am no hero, but wisdom and truth. These are values I always believed in.
I don't believe that, but okay.
Dallis groans in pain.
I hope it's still Fane doing the decision on the ending. I would be a bit confused if it was Lohse.
I have failed. The future of all that is rests on your shoulders.
So here we are.
It is.
The end of it all.
This is the end, guys.
Ifan reaches out to hold your hand.
Nobody I'd rather see this whole thing through with. I trust you. I trust your judgment.
Fane squeezes back Ifan's hand. I trust you too.
Ifan smiles and kisses you on the cheek.
Well then, let's do this. Together.
Ifan keeps your hand held tight in his own as you stride, one damned intimidating pair, to what awaits.
This is it. I can hardly believe it.
She casts her gaze around the crypt in awe.
After everything we've been through, after everything we've seen, here we are. Here I am. And now that I see godhood before me, I know what I have to do. Chief, you need to ascend.
So it's again if they support us, I think.
There's no one I would trust with this responsibility but you. I know you'll do what needs to be done, what ought to be done. And I know you'll do it with style.
I won't fail you.
Hell, I could have told you that. You'll do great. By me and by my whole realm. I don't doubt that for a second.
No.
Now go on, shoo. You've got business to attend to.
Here we stand, once more on the cusp of divinity.
Ah.
And I will not let this cup, so long thirsted for, pass from me.
I don't know. At the same time, I'm surprised and I'm not surprised. I'm surprised because I thought he was on our side. He was at the council. He said he supported us. On the other hand, I think it's just his character, maybe.
All my life has been a lead up to this. To be the King of Kings, God of Gods.
I wonder if he always betrays you. Or, well, not betrays you.
Dragons will spread my dominion over untold worlds. And my throne, it will be eternal, with Sadher by my side.
Great.
I take it you realize I'll not hold back if you stand in my way.
I do, and I will.
Good. No victory is greater than that won by the sword.
Alright, so another fight, I guess.
You think back on your journey
Yeah,
here,
he's gone.
on all that you have seen and done.
Wow. Would you have expected that?
You think of the Magisters and the sorcerers they hunted, and of the good and the evil on both sides. You think of how the Eternals came as Voidwoken to reclaim their stolen world. You look at the source around you. The power is immense. Divinity at your fingertips. You think of what you could do with such power. The rights you'd wrong, the wars you'd win. You marvel at your journey and how it has changed you. You think of those you left behind, and of those you met along the way, who stood by you or against you. It's time to choose your fate, and the fate of all you hold dear. What shall it be? Shall you be divine?
I think you have to claim divinity before you can decide what to do with it. And yeah, I'm gonna do that. I'm not gonna let the Red Prince claim it and then, I don't know, enslave the whole world. Fane takes a deep breath and then claims divinity.
The world fades and twists and mutates. You're in the Hall of Echoes now. It reshapes itself around you. Those who stood with you or against you are no longer there. But you know they cannot be far.
I don't like that we have so little health left.
This is where you shall decide once and for all, by trial of combat, who shall ascend. The Godwoken may die here, but a new divine may rise.
Yeah. There's even a portal? What does that do? What does Ascendant mean? Competing to seize the powers of divinity. Let's do a quick save. What are you doing? Okay. Are the portals just connecting those two areas? Oh, I'm confused. We'll just start with the far side. Oh, come on. Ah yeah, or the leadership is now against us and not on our side anymore. I think it's wise to just boost Lohse, then hope that she can finish him. Alright. I think... But you're flying, how did you activate that? Doesn't matter. I think Lohse against the Red Prince is also a nice finale. Okay. I think that's it, Red Prince, my dear. Or not. Ah, true, he knows Riz's death.
After all that you have been through, and all
did
that you
it.
have done, all that you have become, the Aetheran lies in front of you. Divinity is yours to take, or to sacrifice. What you do next decides your own fate, and the future of the world. What shall you do with divinity?
Just to give you a final overview of what we could do. We can of course fulfill our destiny and become Godwoken, so as a Godwoken and become the new divine. We can give the source back to all people, so the sharing ending, which is what I like the most, what's also the thing Ifan suggested. We can still do what Dallis and Lucian wanted of us, so we can allow ourselves to be purged. And the whole world means, well, we all become just husk. So, yeah, silent monks basically. And with 2 unique endings, bringing back the God King and the Eternals, I think. Or just bringing back the Eternals, but leaving the God King behind. So, what we do is to share. We give the source back to all its people. We release divinity into the world, and when everyone is divine, no one truly is divine.
And so it ended. A tale that began with my own ill-fated attempt to rid the world of the Godwoken.
I love that it's still
When the
Windigo
dust settled,
narrating.
no new divine had risen. Instead, all source was released into the world for all the people and every creature to share. Everyone was now a sorcerer. And united, the peoples of Rivellon pushed back the God King into the very
Nice.
depths of the void. This ushered in a new golden age of peace and prosperity. But alas, it was not to last. With many greedy for wealth, power and position, the struggle soon began anew. Source, the very language of creation, was used in violence once more. The never-ending contest for power continued. As for me, I was freed of the tyranny of the God King. To atone for my sins in this world, I spent the rest of my days
She's alive
taking
again?
care of the sick and elderly. I
Oh.
would tell the story of the Godwoken to anyone who would listen. The story of the greatest heroes Rivellon had ever known. The heroes who chose not to close the veil.
Alright. Back on the Lady Vengeance. Ah. Hey, Red Prince.
Well, well, look what the cat dragged in. A Godwoken. But what good is it to be Godwoken when Source is now a free-for-all, and there is no divinity to be had?
Complaining will get me nowhere, however. Not in this state.
I wonder if he wouldn't have attacked us if we were less critical about his ways, or if we didn't talk before the whole decision thing that much about sharing divinity. I guess Melody won't also be that amused about us deciding that.
Malady stands tall and proud, sunlight sparkling off her mask. From here she looks almost angelic.
Well, here we are again. You, me, and the ship I've saved from ruin for your personal benefit.
Oh true,
I'd
the
say
ship
you
is all
owe
again.
me, but why state the obvious? Get an eyeful. I expect it's the last we'll see of each other for some time.
No.
I've a lot of planning to do, now that there's not to be a new divinity.
She drums her fingers testily on her crossed arms.
All that work, all that effort tossed into the gutter like a malformed child.
You know, I still think that the world is better without an almighty tyrant.
You say that now. Let's see how you feel when you realize the true implication of a world filled with sorcerers. Never mind. I'll find another way. I always do.
She fingers the mask covering her face. For a moment it seems as though she's about to remove it, but instead she places a hand on your shoulder.
We've come a long way together. I did my best by you all the way. Sacrificed much. And I'd have given even more to see you fulfill your destiny.
She looks you up and down.
I guess this will have to do.
Oh, thanks.
Take a moment, why don't you? Relax. Enjoy. I certainly plan to do the same.
Where do you plan to go next?
Oh, I don't know. Around and about. Treat myself to some mead, a lover or 300. I'd say we've earned it.
A lover of 300.
Perhaps until we find
Oops.
out.
I skipped. Perhaps our paths will cross again. Perhaps not. Yeah. Ah, our phoenix egg hatched. Phoenix hatchling Inferno.
The
Oh,
flaming hatchling bounces and cheeps out of sheer excitement.
how nice.
Daddy! Daddy! Looky, at me!
How cute.
It takes you a moment to realize the egg you've been carrying has hatched at long last. The chick trills contentedly and flaps its tiny feathers in recognition of its proud parent. It seems you've got a new mouth to feed.
No.
Daddy.
The continuation of the Peeper saga.
Beast's spirit smiles as you approach and begins to sing a tune you think vaguely familiar.
You hear the wild beast just sails on the ocean. He's docked in the bay and coming your way. Off on the yawn, you hear the commotion. He's docked in the bay and coming your way.
Well, very shanty-like.
The cupboard can't hide you, nor can your berth. His daggers don't care about the gold that you're worth. He'll bury your bones neath a mountain of earth. He's docked in the bay and coming your way.
He pauses, then continues to hum, all the while working his ghostly whiskers.
Interesting that he's still here, even though he served the God King.
I feel weird, like I've got ants crawling in my belly. There is a matter I must attend to, however. My payment for all the stuff I've done for you. That'll be...
You haven't done anything from me. You always offered, but I never got anything from you because I didn't think about it.
He taps his fingers and mouths silently while he counts, until he arrives at an acceptable figure.
1,300,000 dozen and 15 gold pieces. Now pay up.
That's a lot. You know what? I've got a better idea.
Oh yeah? What's that?
Guess what? I need someone to spy for me. Someone to dig up dirt on my enemies.
Han ponders your suggestion for all of a second.
Okay, I love being all sneaky and well, yeah. But you better believe the bill for that will be a doozy.
Alright, our next team. Almost assembled. So that's Ifan, Sebille, Gareth, Tarquin.
Hey there, Chief. So, a world full of sorcerers. What do you make of it?
Well, I think it ought to even out the playfield quite considerably.
I suppose that's a death sentence for Fort Joy. What a terrible shame.
Oh no, indeed.
Though I guess it wasn't all bad. I met you after all. And look at everything we've done.
So, how does it feel to be free? Like, once and for all, truly free of everything that haunted you?
I don't know if anyone's free of anything, once and for all.
Oh.
But I'm bloody thrilled to be here now. Just me, myself, and you, of course.
So, what are you going to do now?
Get loot, play loot, get loot, get glad.
That's a nice... it's a nice aim.
So, Chief, I guess this is it, right?
No. This... all of that sounds so final. Like, can't we accompany her? Or say, like, we stay in touch? No. I guess so, but I won't forget you. Ever.
You say that now, but who knows what adventures and redheads life will throw at you.
No.
Whatever it is, you'll ace it.
As she turns from you, the whites of her eyes darken, the veins in her face go grey, and a wicked smile curls her mouth. Suddenly it's gone again. She winks, and you're left wondering whether you saw anything at all.
I mean, we know that even before Adramelic, she always got, like, visitors. Maybe it's someone else?
See you around.
No, I miss you, Lohse.
Source of all, eh? A bold move, I'll grant you that. I didn't think anyone considered the little people anymore.
So, what do you think of the new world that I helped to usher into existence?
I don't know yet. Perhaps peace will reign and all will be equal. Or perhaps you've bestowed great power on undeserving children and turned them loose on each other. Time will tell, I'm sure.
So, what are you going to do next?
That is the question, isn't it? How does one top the greatest feat of necromancy ever conceived? I might have the answer to that. Tell me, have you ever heard of Gustafsson?
No.
No, of course you wouldn't. It's a written language, unreadable to most, but myself naturally. It comes from a mysterious race from another world, beings that feed on minds. I intend to seek them out. This Gustafsson seems to guard portals to their realm. And once I've uncovered one, well, why settle for being the greatest mind in just one world, and there's another for the taking?
Sounds like great plans.
A slight grin crosses the spirit's face. Whether her smile is sincere or not, you can't be sure.
Should have taken Sebille instead of the Red Prince. Well,
I'm buzzing. I don't know how else to describe it. But what you did...
true, he wasn't a sorcerer before. Hey Topson, nice to see you.
I want to say it was brave. Maybe it was, but it wasn't right.
Gareth is still. For a moment his mind wanders to memories of friends and enemies, of malady and magisters, of demons and divinity. He is then present once more, though hardly animated.
The people of Rivellon will call you their savior. The power is in them, in all of them. And there will come a time when they rebel, and the price will be high.
Yeah, I think he would have been way more content with us being, or becoming the new divine. I will try my best to lead the people through.
A meaningless promise. You've blessed them and cursed them with a single choice. You didn't reveal your altruism. You revealed your greed.
It's my greed that I didn't take all the source for myself? I don't get that.
Power will be shared among the evil and the good. The light and the dark. The sky and the earth. They will enjoy equal source light, yes, but they will not be equal.
I think that's something to fight for. So, what are you going to do next?
I find a way to fit. I wasn't just content to lurk in Lucian's shadow. I was his shadow. Now I stand in the sun as my own man. I just don't know who that man is. So I find out, on my own away from the storm that surely comes. The God King is defeated, but the door to the void is open, left there by the man I once thought would be divine.
Okay, Ifan, my love.
Ifan beams at you, his blood-streaked face more jubilant than you've ever seen it. He reaches out and pulls you into a bear hug, clapping you on the back.
We did it. The odds were against us. Hell, the gods were against us. And still we did it.
Ifan grasps your face in his hands and kisses you exuberantly. Sauce crackles between you and in the air all around you. The world has changed.
Now we'll see something. We'll see what happens when everyone can harness their own divinity.
I can't wait to see that together with you.
Me either. I knew it. From the first time I met you, I knew you were special. And this proves it. With a world full of sorcerers, we should be able to make short work of the Voidwoken.
I hope you want to do this together.
That's an idea.
He reaches out and takes your hands in his own, rough fingers caressing your wrists.
I want that more than anything.
Aww. Fane decided to just kiss him. There's been enough war for one day.
Ifan embraces you fiercely. As your source mingles and sparks, you feel the memories of your night together caressing your body. The world can wait, just a little longer.
Are you ready for what's next? I know I am.
Alright. So, Lady Vengeance.
It gives me almost as much pleasure to speak to you as it does to be whole again.
It's really good to see you. You've been a very dependable ally.
I will always be an ally to those that carry swords, to those whose blood is of the heroes of old. And so, as always, I am at the ready.
How is it possible that you are here, that you are unharmed?
Consider me to be a gift from Malady. My wood was splintered, but my spirit intact. It was a great feat, but given her skill, not a surprising one. I feel better than new.
I think it's time to depart.
You look out to the endless beyond. The sun's light plays upon the waves, just as it always did. The sails flutter in the wind, just as they always will. And yet, something is different. You are different. And with a start, you realize where you must go next. You speak the command to the Lady Vengeance, and another chapter begins.